compared to last year, just the scale of it, the scope of it, the logistics of it were just incomprehensible. I mean, they threw in an extra day of competition. That's pretty unprecedented in CrossFit Games history. A triathlon, that's pretty unprecedented in CrossFit Games history. Going to the Marine Corps base was super cool. It was an honor to be welcomed and cheered on by actual warriors as we sort of struggled through our event, and just walking from the athlete area to the track and just going through just crowds and crowds of people all wearing CrossFit gear or no gear at all was amazing to see where the sport has come, not even just since Aromas, but since last year. It just blew me away. Because I've only been here for 2 years, so I really only have last year to compare it to, and it still is a incomprehensible expansion in popularity and extremism in terms of the events and stuff. So it was cool. It's interesting. I think I look at things a little differently than most people. In terms of finding balance and fulfillment in my life, I try and, as a Homo sapien, right? We exist as a physical animal. We have a physical existence and we have an intellectual existence. So we have a body and a mind, and it's important to balance the two. And I think in today's day and age of tweeting and Facebooking and all this sort of stuff, or even just higher levels of education and stuff, we spend so much time in the intellectual realm, which is not a bad thing. That can come in the form of learning to play the violin or just watching Jersey Shore or something. That's all sort of intellectual stimulation, and we have a very small percentage of our time that's dedicated to physical stimulation, physical development. So I spend a lot of time focusing on CrossFit and the CrossFit Games and my physical development. But even if I spend, let's say I spend 8 hours sleeping, so that gives me 16 hours of waking daylight. If I spend 8 of those hours training, well, that's half my available time. So I think if you put it in that perspective, then people don't see it as so extreme when you spend your whole day working out, because, you're spending hopefully half your other time developing yourself intellectually. Right now, I want to be successful in CrossFit so that I can have some sort of so I can have access to more people, because I have certain ideas and ideals that I think are important for people to be healthy and happy, and if I can share those with more people, then I'll have a positive impact on my community in a small part, and hopefully the world on a large scale. So I've found that I'm pretty decent at CrossFit, so if I can achieve success in this venue, that'll sort of give me a platform to hopefully help some people out and change some lives like I've seen other people do from CrossFit. So it is tough to find balance. Like this last year, I'm in school, so I'm taking a full course load. I'm coaching at CrossFit Zone, our gym in downtown Victoria. I'm supervising at my old high school weight room. I'm trying to do my own training, programming for myself. I do all my own sort of programming, and I'm my own coach, and trying to have a girlfriend as well. So trying to balance all these things. It is tough, but I've been blessed to be surrounded by a community, really, of like-minded people who love me and support me and are able to sort of, a lot of the time, bend over backwards to help me do what I need to do to be successful in CrossFit. Plan A is win the CrossFit Games over and over again and never have to work a day in my life. Plan B, I guess, is, for those who can't do, well, they teach, so that would be to, maybe open my own gym or get involved in strength and conditioning in some form or another, either within CrossFit or at the Canadian Sports Centre working with Olympic athletes, something in that realm. And plan C, I guess, would be to end up in some sort of a, less of a hands-on job, more of an administrative sort of desk job, hopefully within the fitness community still. But I'm not looking much further beyond that. In terms of my goals within CrossFit, the t-shirt I'm wearing actually was from the 2010 All Canada Regional. So that was back when we had sectionals and then regionals, and they were programmed by the host, so it wasn't standardized. And I've kept this T-shirt mostly because I like it, but also because after that 2010 regional, I think I came 10th in Canada as a whole, and I said, well, okay, I can probably win this. I can come first if I change a few things up. So I basically made a 4-year plan at that point. In 2010, I decided, okay, I'm going to win the regional in 2011, and I did that. And then I said, okay, I should kind of come middle of the pack in the 2011 games. If everything goes normally, I should come about 25th, and I came 26th after making a couple mistakes. And at that time, I thought, well, if I keep gearing up my training and improving better than the other guys do, I should be able to make it in the top 12 in 2012, which I fell a little bit short of this year, again because of some errors and some things that I messed up on and didn't go my way. And I've done some reflection on that, and again can hopefully learn from it. So next year the plan is top 5, and then 2014 is when I expect to be able to win the games. I can't say I'm going to win the games because that's a little bit foolhardy, but I expect to be able to win the games in 2014. I think a lot of the competitors tend to build relationships, make friends. During the competitions, we're going through something together, and it's fairly significant. We've all chosen to suffer through these workouts. I don't know, maybe there's a few people that actually enjoy each repetition, that horrible feeling they get. I enjoy when the workout is done, but basically we're all going through a fairly distinct weekend usually of suffering. So that takes, I don't know, a certain type of person or a certain motivation, or maybe in order to get through that, you just need to form some bonds with people, because you need to have someone to lean on. You need to be able to look over and see someone else suffering and know that, okay, it's not just me. It's, we're all kind of in this together. And that just kind of forces you to connect and build friendships. In the 2012 games, compared to last year, there was a lot more standing around before the events. So we would have to check in 20 minutes ahead of time and just stand in the in the basement under the Home Depot Center, and you can't help but just chat with the guys to try and dissipate some of that nervous energy, because there's no music blasting. You can't really move around and warm up. You're just kind of standing there like racehorses in the stalls, and that just makes for some good quality bonding time, some bro sessions, as some of the guys would put it. CrossFit is, we always say, it's universally scalable. So you can have, at our gym we have mothers and grandmothers working out right beside, our computer programmers and our Navy guys and firefighters and kids. We have kids classes, and we have teens that sometimes go in the adult classes. So you have pretty much every demographic right in the same room doing the same thing, albeit scaled to their ability. And that, again, you can't help but feel connected to those people. Even if I'm lifting, 200 pounds and you're lifting 100 pounds, I still know what you're going through. I still know the cues that you're still thinking, elbows up in your front squat, and so am I. So we all speak the same language, basically. CrossFit means to me opportunity. As an athlete, I feel that in the next few years I'll have an opportunity to hopefully make a living at this. And I think on the other end of the spectrum, someone who's not competing in CrossFit, someone who's just starting out in CrossFit, CrossFit is an opportunity to change your life for the better, from a physical standpoint, from an emotional standpoint, learning how to deal with stress and discomfort. A lot of people, I think we take for granted, once we've been in CrossFit for, a few years, the inherent discomfort in what we do. But for a lot of people, CrossFit is a big shock to the system. And that can be a big either, wake-up call or deterrent. Some people get kind of turned off by that, but if you have that little bit of a spark inside you that says, hey, I recognize that I'm putting myself in an uncomfortable situation, and I'm going to benefit from that, that's a huge opportunity, because you can apply that to nearly every situation you come across in life. So that would be the word that I use, is opportunity.